So it's been a few days since my last update. I've done a little bit, not too much, but I got a little bit going on here. Don't mind the mess, honestly. It's early spring, a lot of stuff going on, doing a lot of things, doing more than one project at one time. The last one was when we were looking at the raised beds that I built. Obviously, they're not complete. Ran in a little bit of a snag, but with that being said, I'll give you a little tour of kind of what we've got going on this early spring, some updates. Yeah. So we're gonna just jump right in. Again, don't mind the mess. Got some logs chilling, a blue tarp over here with some mulch on it. I'll come back to that. So we got my apple tree. This is a Gala apple. We got 3 blackberry bushes right here. I'm gonna eventually put that cattle panel on this so that, you know, we can make a trellis out of it for it. And then at the end, we have this Fuji apple. I've been struggling with apples. This was kind of bought on a whim, if I'm being honest with you. Not super thrilled, if I'm being completely transparent with you, but, you know, I'll see if I can make it work. I don't know. Now, this is where the blueberry bushes are eventually going to go. This is where they were originally. This is in the last video I made where we built those raised beds for the blueberries, which I've got to get those in the ground ASAP. But I did move the ones that were there. Here's one. I just decided to put it here because we have the rosemary bush on that end. Peep some chives. And then I've got this other, I don't know, maybe it'll do something. If it doesn't, it's not really any loss. Here is the repotted blueberries. We got the 3 right there. I'm not entirely sure what variety they are. I believe Climax, Tiff Blue. Yeah, and that's it. These are labeled. These are the new ones. These are ones that are going to go in those raised beds. And then I took some of those cuttings from when I trimmed the blackberries, and honestly, I just stuck them in the soil to see if they would stay alive. And I mean, it looks like they are, and that's been over a month. So that's a win. And it looks like I've got some new growth on that back one back there. So hopefully we can get some of that. That would be cool. And this is compost bin. I got this off Amazon. I'm very thrilled with this compost bin. I really like it, and I might get another one to go here so that I can have 2 things going at one time, because as you see, I have a lot of beds to compost. Now this one's been composted, that one's been composted, and those 2 back there have got compost on it. So I just decided to use some landscape fabric slash this isn't landscape fabric, this is contractor paper as a mulch in a way. I don't have any straw, so I just put that over it, and it's keeping it damp and covered. So I got these 2 raised beds, Birdie's raised beds, the slate gray. That's where those 2, these are the first 2 additions to the garden, followed up by these in-ground beds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're kind of in a row shape. Not super necessary. They're about 30 inches wide, but I like them and they are nice. Then back here we've got some wooden raised beds. I had some lumber left over from the deck build, and I decided to just build some other raised beds out of them. These are where the tomatoes are going to go. They're going to go all up in here. And yeah, this is a new addition to the garden, to the backyard. I got this cattle panel and put it in an arch and anchored it down with some T-post. And I have some stepping stones in the middle of it, because why not, with the 2 circle Birdie's raised beds, also covered with some like landscape fabric type stuff. But I'm excited for this. I got the stones in the middle. This is where my cucumbers are gonna go. So I have some wood just covering up that compost as well. Saw a little bit of worms underneath those the other day, so super stoked about that. I'm gonna put cucumber there, and then probably send it around and go up, just so it's not shading itself out. But I'm excited for that as well. So this is kind of where things have stalled a little bit. So last year I made this entire area into a mulched area. Didn't really have grass. It's mainly weeds, and I was just sick of it. And I wanted a little spot for my fireplace, but it felt really weird because there was a hard transition. There was just a straight line right there from the garden area. Let me get a better view from the garden area to the kind of living area of the fireplace. Let me zoom out a little bit. And so the fireplace goes in the middle with the stumps. That's why they're kind of placed around the yard. I used it as seating, so it was like stump, 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 and stump, just as extra chairs, quote unquote. And so I'm kind of completely putting cardboard. I didn't do that last year. I used contractor paper, and that was a big mistake. I hate landscape fabric. I've done nothing but pull weeds out of landscape fabric, and I didn't want to do that again. And as you can see, this whole area was cardboarded originally, and I don't see a single weed, if I'm being honest with you. So obviously it works, so I'm hoping that it's gonna work here, which is what this mulch is for over here. So I found a local landscaping company, and I got an entire truck bed full of nice pine bark mulch, a lot cheaper than the stuff you get at the box store. It's a little bit finer than what I anticipated, but I am completely okay with that because I'm honestly gonna use this for that area over there, as well as filler for the blueberry bushes. I'm gonna mix a little bit of peat moss as well as this and maybe some perlite to give it a little bit of aeration and better drainage. So we'll get that, and we'll try to get this filled in the rest of the way. And I recently expanded this. So originally this came and just did a circle, but as you see, I've got to remulch and take care of all of my fruit trees. I'm getting a little late, but I got to get that done soon as well. So I just expanded it. I'm gonna put some fertilizer, maybe some compost, and then put the pine bark mulch over that as well. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. This is a new addition as well. This is a gift that my uncle gave us. And so I've also just recently put a little border around it. These are all stones that I found just dug up in the yard. They were just chilling in the ground. Anytime I dug something, a lot of it's just concrete chunks and just rocks, bricks, and that goes all the way around. Put in mulch there, a little stepping stone. Yeah. And then this is the greenhouse. It's a mess, but it's been winter. Peep the lemon tree right there. It looks like it's struggling. It's not. I had a little bit of a watering accident where I watered it a little too much and they did not like it, but we still have some lemons on there. So let me see if I can get a good view right there. There's a lemon there. Let's see, I know there's another lemon back there. There's a lemon over here, and it's been flowering like crazy. So I got a lemon. This is a lemon tree, Meyer lemon. This is a Satsuma, and that is a mandarin, some type of mandarin that I found at Tractor Supply. I had a gift card, and so I got it. It hasn't fruited yet or flowered, which is a bummer, but I'm hoping that maybe we could get some flowers on it this year. Last year, which is the reason for the purchase of the greenhouse, it got really cold and lost all its leaves, and so it struggled all of spring trying to put out leaves. But I put it in here, and not a single leaf has dropped on these two trees. This one's because of my fault. I take the blame on that. This greenhouse has been a great addition, and I'm super excited about it. It gets hot in there, so that's why the door is open. It's a really smaller greenhouse, 6x8, but it's exactly what I need it for. Basically a giant cold frame that I could put some seedlings in it, which I've got some right there growing. I'm not entirely sure what I planted. Honestly, can't remember. I think it's mostly marigolds, zinnias, possibly. Can't remember. Should have labeled it. We'll figure it out. But all in all, that's kind of been the update. That's what's been going on. I just need to get this finished, wrapped up, and oh, look at the cat playing in the cardboard. But yeah, so we'll see what the next update is. Hopefully I'll have all of this covered up and done. And again, maybe the next video, I will try my best to get the blueberry bushes done. I've just got to get the peat moss and fix this area up. I may do that today, get this area flattened out and position the raised beds where I want them. And then we'll go there. Well, that's gonna be it for today. We'll see what we get done for the next video. Thanks for watching.